Hey, great Monday morning, and it is to be back. And I'm feeling that I'm looking a little bit on the blurry side. No, didn't help. Am I looking blurry? I hate my life. I'm looking blurry. Part of the problem with having this camera is that now I look more blurry. There. Pero yo tengo la cabezota de marrano. Why can't anybody help me? Frankie was supposed to be here at 9:30. But I look blurry. Estoy traumado. It's call me crazy. Shoot. Sorry, guys. Because part of the problem is I really nearly go nuts. There you go. I go nuts when when something's out of whack. It's crazy. And I there. You see? That looks perfect. Oh, shut up, Frankie. You're supposed to be here at 9:30. You would have been helping me out setting this up. Lo que pasa is, and Frankie knows this, uh, I get distracted very, very easily. And what happens is, like, if there's like a little echo-ish going on, I'm going like, there's an echo. Echo. It's 9 a.m., my boy. And there's this little echo thing or something. And I'm going like, ah. And it throws me off whack. And right now I was looking at myself going like, damn it, I look blurry. And it's like it grabs everything that is in me. Y no pesco la onda. So I had to fix it. Just fix it. You know, maybe it's part of my OCD, but you know, not going to come out here looking blurry. But I'm going to attribute it to the fact that always want to be as presentable as possible. Part of the issue that I have is like the other day I walk in and the camera's on the floor. And the reason the camera was on the floor is because I have two cats at the office and they are a disaster. I love them to death, but son a disaster. I don't want to say the bad word. A disaster. So it keeps me on my toes. But anyway, we're back on. And I'm looking crisp, clean, clear. ¿Dónde vas, marrano? And these guys are always eating. I'm not even joking. It's like they're never satisfied. Let me tell you. And if they eat a whole big old bowl of croquetas, and you come in with a sandwich, they're all over you. Like, I gotta have a piece of that sandwich, and it's crazy because my OCD kicks in. I start thinking, man, these people must think that Erasmo los tiene hambrientos. But you look at those suckers; those suckers are fat, just like Frankie. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Spectrum has an outage in our area. been days. It's crazy, but I am very, very upset, more than the spectrum. And I'm sorry that that's happened to you, compadre. But I'm pretty upset with all the lights going out all over the place, guys. Guys, it's 50 degrees. I mean, it's not 30, it's not in their 20s, 50 degrees, and we're still having power outages all over town. And it's just it's not a good thing, especially with this cold weather. And let me say, one of the things that I posted this morning was in regards to someone who had passed away out there at Chick-fil-A on Boca Chica. At first, I thought it was the food. I'm going like, I hope Chick-fil-A had nothing to do with this. But in all seriousness, guys, I think that what happened is there was a homeless individual there who was taking a nap, and I wonder if they took a nap and it just got a little bit too cold. And that's really, really very unfortunate, because someone had made the comment in regards to maybe if the city would help out in regards to the shelters, and I think misunderstood that. Someone misunderstood that in regards to saying, "Well, there's homeless shelters already." Let me say, folks, I think what the individual was trying to express. I think what the individual was trying to express was that our city needs to do a little bit more in regards to the homeless and the population that exists here in the city of Brownsville. Take into account, guys, we're not talking only about our homeless, because we have a set of homeless here, guys, already. A lot of the homeless that we have here locally, a lot of them are crackheads. There's just too many crackheads out there. And they're in part, I think, a big old chunk, if not all, of the individuals that are out there panhandling in the middle of the street. Crackheads. Something has to be done about the damn crackheads. No one wants to do anything about them. And part of the problem is, in part, something, and I'm not saying that the person that passed away at Chick-fil-A Boca Chica this morning was a crackhead. It could have been. But part of the problem, folks, is that these individuals, uh, they place us all at certain risks, because I've called the Brownsville Police Department every single time that I get off that expressway, guys. I get off that expressway on International, and I have to stop there at the light to turn to go to Brownsville Coffee Shop, because Papa loves to eat at Brownsville Coffee Shop. I don't know why, but he does. And there's always these homeless guys there asking for money. They're crackheads. It's not so much that they're homeless. They're crackheads. And nothing against crackheads, except that they're crackheads. And again, anyone can do whatever the hell they want to do. But when you start putting other individuals' safety and your safety to whereas we could hurt your safety, and then I get thrown in jail. Hey, Jay. Love you, Jay. Woo! Then it becomes an issue, folks. Because those guys are walking in between the cars. And I'm going like, that's dangerous for them, yeah, but more for me. I don't want to go to jail because we run over a crackhead. You know? Because they shouldn't be there in the first place. They shouldn't be doing crack. But they shouldn't be there in the first place because we have a panhandling ordinance. And if only the city of Brownsville would enforce the ordinances that we already have, maybe that would be good. Can we start there? We're going to talk about a little bit about ordinances. Good morning, a rookie. It's 9 a.m. Mama. I voy. You're late. All you need is a top hat. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Love you, Luis. Maybe not. How do you keep a cat from jumping on the dining table? I try to spray bottle, but it keeps getting on. It doesn't learn. They don't learn. Cats. I don't. I'm surprised because I saw on a America's Got Talent how this chick had gone out there and trained cats to do tricks. I don't know how the hell she did that. Let me tell you, that's amazing. If anyone that could go out there and teach my cats a trick, I'll give you half my Whataburger coupon. Maybe. Baby, it's cold outside. Baby, it's cold outside. Is that baby, it's cold outside. Is that Ben? Ben, is that Don Martin? Baby, it's cold outside. Or is it can't remember. Who sings that, guys? Help me out. I was thinking of the same thing. Imagine if I would have been freezing, power went out in my area, but luckily I have a generator. It's amazing, bro. And a lot of people out there, they ask about generators. And for here, it's like kind of a staple. Love you, Jay. Go off, King. We hate crackers. I don't hate crackers. I hate the danger that they put us in. But yeah, I understand what you're saying. Like you preach, don't give them money, just ignore them. Yeah, guys, stop giving crackheads money. Amen. Love you, brother. No crap. Like the guy in the wheelchair along Central Boulevard. Poor guy is missing a leg, but he does weave in and out traffic, usually in a turning lane. And at night, can't see the guy. Yes, that guy especially. That guy's all over the place. I'm going to guess that's a crackhead. Look, guys, just because an individual doesn't have, an arm, a leg, or something, it means that you should be giving them money, guys. Not if they're crackheads. Saca el chocolate, abuelita. ¿Cómo se llama? La abuelita Sara, ¿no? Sara se llamaba la abuelita. Someone help me out here, guys, please. I'm suffering. I'll train your cats, no cap. Baby, it's cold outside. Frank Sinatra, my man, my man, my man. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Love you, Yolan. You're right, baby. Trump 2024, preach! Gonna be a good race. Kanye 2024, thoughts? It'd be cute, And he doesn't like to be called Kanye anymore, just Ye. It'd be cute. He's not going to go anywhere, but it'd be cute. I think one of the things about having Kanye run for president is if he decides to run as an independent, that would destroy Sara Garcia. You're right, Joe. That would destroy and decimate Democrats. Because let me tell you that there's a big old chunk of African American voters that would vote for Kanye, yay, and not vote for the Democrats. My cat is trained like a dog to sit, stay, jump, beg, no bite, gentle. However, 4 out of 10 times she will be a diva and won't listen. I'm going to guess it's 9 out of 10 times. By Edina Mandel, baby, it's cold outside. Sara Garcia, la abuelita Sara. That lady was talented as crap. I loved to watch her movies, especially when she came out with Pedro Infante. That's one of the things that I got to see because in Mazatlan, you have Pedro Infante's home. I didn't go to his home, but I went to see one of his statues. I should have taken a picture with it, but I was in Facebook jail anyway, so I couldn't post it. Like the YouTube page, guys, the scooter needs fixing. It does. Guys, please like the YouTube page. It's kind of trippy, but I actually had to buy a new scooter. Good morning, Renee. Let's pimp his ride. I'll need help pimping my ride for Charo Days. I am going to do the scooter this time. Screw that crap. Is the Glass Palace closed this week? Yes, Baba. I'm sure it is. Good morning. Jay Angel Latigo. I will be visiting Jay Angel Latigo in for Christmas. I will be his Christmas present. unwrap this bow, baby. Do you really think Trump is going to win again? No. But let me say one of the things about having Trump run for office, guys. It's a fun race to watch. Do I think that Trump will ultimately be the Republican candidate for president? I'm going to say no. I think DeSantis has a great shot. I still like Tulsi Gabbard. I like Tulsi Gabbard. Nikki Haley, Elon Musk, 9956 Twitter. Erasmo for mayor. You know I got a crush on you, right? There's so many ordinances, county and city, that they are really great ideas, but no one enforces them. Nah, 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 para nada. We will be chanting more for the school. Thanks. Oh, we're ready. Yay. I'm gonna be selling phones. I'll be there. I'll buy you. I'll buy your phone, baby. Love you, Baba. If we lose this, do you think he will be hearing his whining and crying for another 4 years? No, I think he's old enough in that age where he'll be just dealing with his business and raking in all that cash from the popularity about running for president yet again. Um, Caught up with the comments. Let me say, guys, one of the things that I have had a conversation with someone this morning, they said, Erasmo, I had a conversation with someone this morning that's actually planning to run for constable. And they said, Erasmo, great show and everything, but it's when you scream. It's when you scream that it really trips people out. And I said, like, guys, it's just who I am. Shoot. Let me see. Um, they said that's what it's that you scream a lot, and we're like, part of the thing is that's just who I am. I'm very vociferous, and I don't mean to say that in a weird way. It's just who I am. Who am I texting? I'm texting my dentist, and I told him. I said, "Look, I'll show you." I said, uh, "¿Qué estás haciendo?" I'm going like, "El programa, ¿no lo ves?" I like, "What the hell, bro? You should know by now that every day during the week at 9 a.m. in the morning and 9 p.m. at night, I'm on here live. And the reason that you should know is because you should be watching. But it tells me he's not watching. And that pisses me off. ¿No lo ves? Is that you? Is that my dentist? I better not be my dentist. Because why would he use a different name? Someone just walked in. It might be. I was hearing an old video county meeting in April 2010 when Costco.
Nobody watches your show. Nobody. Nobody's watching your show. There's like 2 people on there.
Hearing a video county when Costco's was county judge going over the budget, I saw many things were close to reaching budget, and it was just April struggling to keep budget. Imagine the board now on having enough street sidewalks because of lack of funds. It's always been an issue with the county, but let me tell you, it sounds like Vito. It is Vito. Let me tell you, part of the problem, guys, is that they spend on all these little pet projects in order to try to get them votes. And I'm talking about the county guys, that they don't focus on the stuff that is really, really pertinent and important. And one of those things that I've been screaming about, again, because I do the screaming, is about this sidewalk that we need up here for where Idea's at and where Lopez High School's at. It's dangerous, and no one gives a rat's behind, and that's what really, really pisses me off. And the people out there are upset, and the people scream about it all the time because they see it, they live it. So my issue is, why hasn't anyone done anything about it? And part of the problem is we go back into the voting area. Guys, there's very little votes that come out of that area. And the reason that there's very little votes that come out of this area is very simple. People up there are resident aliens or have no legal documentation to be here. Nothing against these folks. Again, love you, Vito. Está bien feo, cierto? Guys, they don't have legal documentation to be there, so it hurts. But I'm still going to scream for them. Yep, it's time for him to pay attention to you and buy you that Tesla. Yeah, the guy's a dentist. Guys, le digo, I tell him all this rato, guy, alguien me tiene que sacar de la mendiga pobreza. And everyone's dream is to, hook up with a doctor or dentist and, have that dream of not having to work anymore. But here I have to sit in front of you all and next to Vito because nadie me puede sacar de la pobreza.
The people that are putting money in the basket aren't helping you.
No, they're not. And you're screaming again. I know. It sounds like Vito. It is Vito. Hey, Vito. How the hell does anyone know Vito, guys?
I have fans.
Vito, shave the rest of your head. It looks ridiculous.
No, for that, the chia pet's finally growing out.
It's not.
It is in patches, but it's growing. This water, it's amazing.
Love you, Vito. Estás feo, but I love you.
Now that would be this guy, feo y gordo.
Good guy.
Ask Arch Miller.
Qué vergüenza. He has you still on the scooter, not safe at all.
Because he's the side chick.
Vito's probably right.
Side chick.
So we have this. The rest need to return those raises. She blamed BISD materials. No, that is a big lie. Sofia Benavides is a liar. That is a big lie. I met personally with Sofia Benavides twice in regards to it. She's a big fat liar. Why don't the city officials ask the public for what they need for our city? Because they don't care. I mean, look, we asked for a charter review committee and we got crap.
Hey, mister, I'm the chair of that charter review.
That is crap. Have you? Let me tell you, and we're going
to get into that discussion
right now. So stop commenting for a little bit, guys, because I don't want to ignore your comments, but I do want to bitch at Vito a little bit in regards to this city charter review committee.
Okay,
because it's a piece of crap. Hold on, please. No more comments. Vito goes to everyone's lives. If he's not in the charter live, he's over at Sweet Notes. Oh, he's there.
Oh, yeah. And don't forget to go for all your sweet cinnamon rolls, banana pudding. Ask him about the Cinnawich.
Side chicks get tested. Look at the commission rates. and Trey Mendez. Yo pensé que era George Costanza. Casi. What? All right, guys, right there. Stop commenting for a while. Sophia needs to go. Hell yeah. Guys, I'm very upset at the Charter Review Committee.
Man, okay. Okay.
Let me say why I'm upset.
Okay, hold on. What do you think the Charter Review does?
The Charter Review Committee goes over the charter to see what changes can be made to be placed for the people of Brownsville to vote on. I've seen a couple of the meetings, and y'all are going nowhere. I mean, you've got individuals on there that are like adamant to let's leave stuff the same. That's actually one of the things that they said that you had mentioned, that just leave everything the same.
Mhm.
Well, that's not what the Charter Review Committee was called for. It wasn't called for to leave everything the same. It was called, and let me say this, it was called for because people are pissed off. First of all, people are pissed off. Second of all, there are no people on that Charter Review Committee. You got a bunch of yes folks on there, handpicked by the individuals that don't want anything to change anyway. And I'm going to give you one example. This Tomas Tijerina, I don't know who the hell this guy is, but we know who he's with. So what's going to change in the charter? In the charter, when you've got the individual who is butt buddies with Tony Martinez out there, going to implement ideas to change the charter. Now, I'm glad that you're going to have supposedly a workshop with the people of Brownsville in December and January. It's great. Expect to hear an earful, because as of right now, I don't see anything that the Charter Review Committee has done to move anything forward.
Are you done?
I'm done screaming.
Are you sure?
Well, for right now.
Okay.
Give me a chance.
All right. The Charter Review Board
Committee.
Correct. The CRC has
piece of crap.
No, it's not that.
Okay.
It's nothing can really be changed. That's the thing. Why are we there? First question. Why are we there?
You're there to go over the charter and to see what modifications and changes can be placed
But
before
what
the citizens
started
of
it?
Brownsville. Tenasca.
Exactly. There's nothing we can do about Tenasca. There's nothing in the
No.
in the reading of the charter that can
About
be
Tenasca.
nothing.
Nothing.
So don't come to us to say, "Oh, we can't do anything about the
But
only
no-
thing that
but no
people
one's
can
bitching.
do about Tenasca
But no one's
is
bitching
you
about
go to
Tenasca.
PUB
But no one's bitching about Tenasca.
or you go to your commissioner.
Yeah, but nobody's bitching about Tenasca, Vito. What we're upset about is there's already been 3 meetings out there. 3 meetings, I think. We've got nothing.
Right.
We've got no steps, and not talking about Tenasca, no steps forward in regards to removal of individuals that sit on the PUB board.
We've discussed that.
But
But
okay, you've discussed that.
You have,
what are the positive points in regards to it? What
you
steps
have,
forward?
you're the commissioner and you get to appoint someone onto the PUB board. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and
Unless you're Jessica Tetro,
and then
you get to appoint anyone.
You don't appoint anyone. Right. And you get 4 years of that person at PUB. Okay. Now, what you want to do is, oh no, if I don't like that person after a year, I want to get rid of them. Or you know what? They're not friends of mine anymore. Let's get rid of them.
No, that's not what we want.
Well, then, because the way a board member that's on PUB gets removed is if that person that sat him there does not get reelected.
What we want, this says, if there's anyone on the PUB board that all of a sudden becomes conflicted because of financials, because of personal interest, because of closeness or relationships to corruption, then they need to be immediately taken out.
Well,
as it sits right now, no one can be taken off.
No one can be taken out.
And
Exactly.
that's what we want. We want for them to be held accountable
Well,
to the people of Brownsville.
and that's where it starts going to PUB, not to the
But,
city.
but we don't
commission.
appoint PUB. The city commission appoints PUB.
Yes, but you're a ratepayer. They answer to you.
They don't, Vito.
Though-
That's the
though
problem.
They don't want to listen. That's a different story.
Well, they don't. I mean,
So-
we've already got kicked out of one of the meetings for recording, which is illegal. They should never have done that. You know that.
Oh yeah, because it's on TV.
It should
So
have never
it's
have done
already
that.
being recorded.
It should have never done that. We've already been limited. We've already been quieted. We've already los quieren jugar el mendigo dedo en la boca, because this Sampaio going out there and saying, "Oh, we're going to do because we're going to listen to the people who are going to do what the people want us to do." That's bullcrap, Vito. You know it's not going to happen. You know they're never going to return the money. This thing, and this is outside your charter review. this thing that's because what pisses me off is Sampaio quiere acá aparentar de que no, que es el otro Roy de los Santos, que tu camarada, que no, que we're the saviors of Brownsville and we want what's best for the people. It's bullcrap. It's not true, guys. And I'm tired of individuals going into believing that they have all the answers. They don't. They're bringing in more problems. Because let me tell you, when Roy de los Santos appointed Tomás Tijerina to be on the Charter Review Committee board, I knew it was over. I knew it was done. I knew it was going nowhere. Nothing was going to be done in regards to actually holding accountable these individuals that are sitting on the PUB board that have these close ties and relationships with the individuals that screwed us in the first place, Vito. You read the audit report. The audit report stated that Tony Martinez deceived us. He deceived us. He lied to us, manipulated the numbers. And then what happens? And then you've got Estevato, Roy Los Santos, appointing his business partner, law firm partner, to the Charter Review Committee. How does that make sense, bro?
That's something for you to ask him.
No, but honestly, what are your opinion? Does it make sense or no?
Well, I mean, to me, it's one of those where we're put on a committee, a board, or whatever to do what's right. Simple. That's the way I see everything. That's why when I sat on this board previously, we went with term limits, which, as I sat there, was going to affect Jessica, and still voted for the process of having term limits because that's what's right. Because now you have a chance to run.
I'm not going to run. I'm going to run for mayor.
Take down your signs already.
No.
Híjole.
I'm going to run for mayor.
There are like 500 of them at the library.
I'm going to run for mayor of the city of Brownsville.
Should I just start putting mayor?
Yeah, please. PUB members should serve at will. The commission as a body appoints with either majority vote or supermajority, or make city commissioners PUB board members.
Exactly. That's where I was getting to. What we're discussing is the commissioners of the districts 1 through 4 that gets elected sits on the PUB board. They want more accountability and the ability to be more hands-on. That's a way to do it. But, and there's a big but, they still can go to PUB and ask as an elected official, what's going on? What are we doing? But they're sitting on their hands, not doing anything about it. They say, oh, we can't do anything about it, but they can, because they're telling you that's incorrect. And I had that discussion at this last meeting with our city attorney. So it starts at PUB. If it goes on deaf ears, it goes to your city commissioner. And then if they don't want to do anything, you can petition them out. You just have to get enough signatures.
Well, at this point, I think we could get signatures. Te van a regresar una bolsa de puros camotes. I hate.
Ooh.
I'm not very I'm pretty upset with you right about now.
Yeah.
Mention the requirements for the at-large appointments.
Yes, the at-large appointments would be if the district elected officials do not sit, it would be a majority. It would be anyone can appoint a board member as long as it's a super majority and they come with qualifications. They have to be a PUB rate person, an engineer. Now it has to have. They have to have some credibility of why they're sitting there, not just, hey, you're my buddy, I'm going to put you on the PUB board.
Well, that's what's been done all this time.
Right. And we never had a problem until Tanasca.
Well, we had a problem. We had a problem before Tanasca. After Tanasca.
What?
Let me tell you. Anyone that thinks that Tanasca is the only issue, the only money grab in the city of Brownsville ever had is delusional. This is just one project where they took $135 million of our dollars. How many other projects does PUB have? How many other projects does the city of Brownsville, city commission, mayors of the city of Brownsville, have they put forward in the past 10, 15, 20 years? Too many. And every single one of them has been a money grab for these folks. Every single one of them. The Columbia trips, the ciclovias, the hiking bike trails.
That's all Tanasca.
No, it's not.
That's it
It's
is.
not. It's
Oh, and then
how,
no,
how
no,
is the
no,
hike and bike
no, no.
trails to
This is no,
Nazca?
and then the one that eats you like in like just rubs you the wrong way, where they said uh um that they use some of the money to bring the rates down. Okay,
That's the biggest bullcrap in the
well,
world.
hold on. Now, if that was the case, anytime it has to do any monies that are going to affect the city of Brownsville has to go before our elected officials, our city government. So if they were going to use that money to bring down the rates, they had to go before our city officials to get it approved. The question is, did they?
No,
Was
never
there a
happened.
meeting that they said, "Hey, I'm here from PUB. You know what? Uh, the funds from Tanasca, we're gonna use them to bring down the rates in the excess of this amount of money."
Not a dime.
Exactly. I'm still looking into that. So because anything has and
It's bull crap.
well,
They lied to us. They lied to us then. They're wanting to continue to lie to us now, and that's what pisses me off. I'd love to see one of Erasmo's first political signs with a cross outs of every position he's. That would be actually a great campaign sign.
It would.
Remember,
I've ran for this. I won here, lost here, lost here, lost here, lost here.
actually, that was like a pretty good idea.
How long did you serve on the school board?
A year and a half.
That long?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you got your God Almighty complex.
Mm-hmm. I remember, no matter what the CRC recommends, the city commission can deny, change, or amend.
Exactly.
I all need to go, including Roy Los Santos. Yeah. Professional engineer, finance CPA, or a bachelor's degree.
That's some of what we're coming up with. We can't just get an Erasmo Castro to be on the PUB board. Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to figure out. I'm not CPA.
So,
I'm not. My finances are.
Well, no,
I have a bachelor's degree.
Well, you have a bachelor's, but don't you do accounting?
No.
Don't you do taxpayers? People.
I'll never do that again.
Taxes?
I did that this year. It was such a mess. The little projects are also money grabs. 100%. Vito's getting a message from Roy Los Santos right now.
Yeah.
Get off that damn show. $1 million VISD lost. Yeah. Yeah. But since we have Vito here, we want to stay focused on the CRC.
On CRC.
So what are the positive step forwards that y'all have taken already?
The only thing that can be changed is how the appointments are for PUB. That's it. If we start messing with anything else, it's the bonds that are allocated by PUB to the city. It'll start interrupting to that.
Okay.
And the city of Brownsville gets a lot of money from PUB.
Okay, but how
to sustain itself.
But how do we what power does the city of Brownsville have or the city commission have in order to remove? Why isn't that one of the things that because that is in the charter as well, how these individuals are removed from office?
It only by way of an investigation has to be performed on the board.
Why?
Because it's like
it's not a position
proven until
it's
guilty.
it's a service thing.
So
if they are not providing the service, if they're not out there doing what needs to be done, they need to be immediately able to remove. Why do we have to go through a big investigation, Roy Los Santos? Why does it have to be an investigation to remove someone who's just serving there?
Because like we go back to it's one of those where once you're on the PUB board, every month we'd have a new board member.
That needs to change too.
Like you can't get someone started and then take them out and then put somebody fresh that has no clue.
Well, again,
Ashley, you need to start putting your name out there. It's not the same faces. It's if you want to be on certain boards and everything, apply for them. Put your name out there.
I think the citizens of Brownsville should sit on a board not chosen by commissioners. That's what the way it should be. The problem is, again, look, it's like this guy Gerardo. Look, Gerardo, I love you to death, bro. I mean, I was actually all excited when you ran for city commissioner. But let me tell you, you going out there and defending Tanasca and PUB and Tony Martinez even before you were selected to the CRC, that really is something that I find very, very questionable. Very, very questionable. Why? Vito, Jessica Tetro, and Earth Galaxy are in record saying that the funds of Tanasca is not going to be used for anything else. It's true.
It's true.
Look at Erasmo's face.
Or they want to give you what, $600?
Yeah, $600 are crazy. Look at Erasmo's face, Vito. Why are you annoying him?
Because that's what I do.
Well, he can if appointed by a district commissioner. Look, I think what we want is very, very simple.
Yes, you want to be able to remove people at will.
That will.
Simple.
Simple. These individuals removed. Well, it should be simple. And look, maybe
that's what we're working on.
Maybe it's a good start. Just remove the whole PUB board. And you know what? And maybe just make it a part of the city of Brownsville City Commission. Because at the end of the day, supposedly we own PUB. The truth of the matter is we don't.
Now, it's going to go to the vote to the people at the next election.
But what are we voting on?
Let's just say everything that you want is going to be there.
But what are we voting on?
How many people are going to take the time to read a lengthy and say, "Oh yeah, vote yes or no"?
But what are we voting on?
Well, that's the thing. We're still working on that.
But give us something. Well, I mean, y'all already met for 3 meetings. What have y'all been doing? Scratching your tatanakas?
Exactly. No, that's why we've thrown different scenarios that we're going to put towards.
Share one. Which one?
One of them was having our elected officials become the board members. District 1 through 4. If whoever's elected in that spot is going to sit on the PUB board, so you're going to have a city official.
I do have a doctorate degree. I paid for that though.
District, your commissioner, and then your commissioner will be sitting on the board. Okay, the other 2 spots will be elected by a supermajority.
But then you still run the risk of having a majority out there of individuals. A supermajority means every single one of them out there, the 7. Why not? Why don't they just appoint themselves and get the at-large guys in there as well? Why don't you just make the PUB board the city commission complete?
Well, that's why we're starting with just the first 4 of each district.
We just do everyone. Pásale. Or is that the cat?
I don't know.
It's a big cat.
It is a big cat.
Vito is like Roy. He can't even. We can't.
Yeah, no, it's not that. It's it actually. This is come to the meetings every Wednesday. You're more than welcome.
I thought it was Thursday.
No, we moved it to Wednesday. Every Wednesday.
What time?
And sit there, and you can give your own 2 cents if you want.
This Wednesday. What time?
No, it's Thanksgiving, so next Wednesday.
Thursday's Thanksgiving.
I understand that, but the city's closed.
I have submitted my recommendations to city attorney. Everyone was asked to submit recommendations when we voted on each recommendation. Erasmo versus Vito for Mr. Amigo 2023. I'd win. Because Vito doesn't have a scooter.
I don't have a scooter.
I have 3.
I have a Tesla.
Olvídate, PUB, yo quiero comprar tacos del trompo en Brownsville. ¿Dónde me apuntaré para ese board? God. Gallo. We need to vote to make a change. Why do citizens don't understand the community failed us the selection? Vote, people. We'll see. I will be also recommending that ratepayers have a choice as to provider. Is that in the charter, or does the charter limit the number of utility companies that can come into the city of Brownsville?
At the moment, it is a monopoly.
It's illegal.
Well, I think only the people in the county can choose providers.
So, but it's illegal then. If it's a monopoly, it's illegal.
Kind of, I want to say
monopolies are illegal.
But because it's a city of Brownsville.
Okay, so the chair of the Charter Review Committee agrees that having a monopoly of PUB is illegal.
Yeah, you should be able. It's like cable, Spectrum.
Pásale, acá atrás.
But if you look at it, PUB is the lowest rate amongst the others.
Ya, papá. Pásale. Déjame aquí. Ahorita los que no. I pensé que era alguien más. Guys.
We got to go because he's got to marry somebody.
No, actually.
I'll take over the show. Get the chingada. No, go ahead. I'm not Maggie.
I'm not Maggie. I've already actually married. No, but see, this is the way. Okay. So what have y'all put forward so far?
Well, I mean, we're going to put forward to the city different scenarios. You can have it this way, because some of our elected officials say, well, we can't do this or we can't do that. Well, you know what? Let's sit you there and then you can do and say that you can't.
But it still doesn't make sense.
How does it not make sense?
Well, look, it doesn't make sense because at the end of the day, even if we have all these different scenarios out there, it still doesn't make sense. Why can't we just now remove the whole board? Okay, then why can't we just vote now to remove the whole board complete, and then just make them all city commissioners and mayors, where we have an option of removing them from office?
Because it has to go through the elective process.
That's fine.
Ooh, why? The cat. It's the cat.
But then why don't? I mean, that's a good start.
Yes, but now we have to get everyone out to make sure that they vote yes. Something's happening. Okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, we could sure as heck do that.
Well, let's hope so.
Okay. What other changes are going to be made?
That right at the moment, those are what we're looking at, because anything else has to do with bond issues.
Okay,
and how much money the city is getting from PUB.
Well, isn't it 11 million a year?
10%.
So then there should be like
it should be more.
40 million then.
Yeah.
Because right now PUB's budget is over $300 million, isn't it?
Right. So 10%.
Thank you.
Congratulations. So take away that the money that PUB gives the city. Do you think the city can sustain itself?
No.
Without the money from PUB?
No.
Okay, then. And that's the funny thing is, our elected officials don't want to raise our taxes, right?
No.
Okay. But they get PUB to raise theirs. And our elected officials have to vote for it. So they do raise your taxes. They just do it by way of PUB.
That just sounds like the most illegal crap in the world. You know? Oh, we're not going to raise your taxes, but we're going to screw you with your rates.
Exactly. But I never raised your taxes. Yes, you did, but you went through the rates of PUB.
Hi, kitty. Oh, but if you give them a free food plate, yeah, están todos votando. Who did you apply with, Vito, or were you pre-selected? Where was my chance against you? He was pre-selected.
No. You have to put a thingy.
No, you don't thingy. You knew that you had it in. There was no application process.
They tried to vote me out.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
I know that, but you did not. No, I know you're camarada.
It went through a selection.
No, but you didn't apply to be on the charter review board.
You put your name.
No, you were pre-selected.
You go to the city. They have a list of.
Not true. He was pre-selected. Tomas Tijerina did not go through an application process. I guarantee you. I'll submit a public information request right now, and he never applied for a position.
If you want to be on certain committees of the city, you put your name down on HR.
And you put yourself on CRC.
Yes, the first term. This time
years ago.
This time I didn't know I was going to be
because you were pre-selected.
Pre-selected again.
I mean, yeah, he selected again. You see? O sea, you're becoming more of a politician than the politicians.
I didn't even know I was going to be on this board until they called me and said, dude, they voted against you.
Well, your camarada voted against you.
What?
Because you were pre-selected.
And I'm like, I didn't know I was going to be on this board again. No, but I'm glad I am.
I'm glad you're there. And I'm glad you're there because at least I could bitch you out.
No, of course. But
I'm glad you're there.
But I'm there to do what's right.
And
that's what's convenient to whoever.
I'm going to believe that.
Because if that was the case, I would have voted no to the term limits because it affects Jessica.
Your camarada.
The person that put me there. But I didn't. We had set it away, but it got changed at the city meeting.
What Sam says is true. Roy
What does Sam say?
Sam says that Erasmo, that's how you get elected to those committees, by saying yes to everything they say.
Yeah, no,
It's true.
I don't. I'm not that case.
Roy is just the cookie as the rest. He's another lapdog for the commissioners. I think he controls the commission right about now, and that's what's really trippy. I think right now the strongest. Well, I'm going to rephrase that. I don't think that he does that much anymore. I think he did for a while, and then I think the rest of the commissioners got a little bit more on the pissy off side. PUB could become a department within the city. It's possible, but challenging. PUB is illegal. Remember that they say they put Tenasca at Rasca Martinez. Removing people from boards is a natural thing. Keep it in the elections is whack. We have an abysmal voter turnout.
Oh, and then we also brought up that
why is Mitty texting you?
I'm selling her car.
It's not true.
It is true.
You owe me brunch, Dinah. I'm still waiting.
Oh, well, let's go. Also, why don't we make the PU board an elected position, like BISD? That's another thing we've thrown out there.
No, because then
Well,
the
why not?
corrupt
What?
political machine continues to rule everything around here.
Well, anyone can run.
No, each city commission becomes a PUB member. Yeah, let's avoid the whole crap. And you can't be in a committee because you didn't go to St. Joe,
I didn't.
including the mayor. Hey, this is a guy's St. Joe grad.
No, I'm not a St. Joe grad.
He is. Well, St. Joe alumni.
I'm not
City
an
officials, the PUB board, too much power, scary. It's crazy. Sam, do you mean St. Blow? Los ojos locos de Erasmo when he heard that it changed to Wednesday.
Yes, it's Wednesdays.
Magic Valley is lower. PUB is the lowest rate until you include the fuel charge. It's a scam. PUB is not the lowest, ratas. May election.
May elections.
It's going to be crazy.
It is
So
gonna be
Vito
crazy.
has a Tesla. He's not the side chick to your dentist. He's the main squeeze. I wouldn't be surprised. PUB does not have the lowest rate. No. Pásale, está acá atrás. Do you tuck?
Are you hearing things?
Yeah, of course I do. Do you tuck your eggs? Shoot. You take your eggs when you get in your Tesla?
Seated heats.
Who's
Heated seats.
director of finance in PUB Utilities? Do you know that? I don't know the guy's name. Ratas, County, City, BISD. Vito, it's not complicated. If there's a risk of financial corruption that threatens the taxpayer with the behaviors of the board members, we should be able to vote them out as a city, not by commissioners. It's our PUB. It's really not. Hay gato encerrado con Vito. Well, that's a lot more than that.
Yeah, a lot more.
They need to let go of the cookies and give back to the cookie jar. At least 50% of the school board needs to be 100%. Vito got pre-selected porque está guapo, but not as handsome as Erasmo.
What?
Thank you, Miss Miller.
Ay, por favor. She's the one that was saying that you were feo and gordo.
No, she didn't. Vito is bad at being a mentiroso. It's true.
What?
You are pretty bad at being a
Why?
mentiroso.
Because I don't lie.
There's my girl. Limited terms.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Good to see you.
Do you have any questions for the CRC? Share?
Here,
Do
sit.
we have them on?
I'll stand.
CRC chair.
Well,
I better ask my questions in private, not to embarrass you.
go.
Woo!
That's what he's here for. Here,
Where's the
Vito.
camera?
This way. No, it's good.
Nothing to say. Vito.
How much longer we got on this thing?
Like 5 minutes.
Yo, you got time.
No.
Go. Oh,
Man, you got the setup here.
I know.
ask him questions.
Wow.
I was hoping he was going to put this on like one of the Lifetime.
So why are you,
Why am I
Mr.
what?
Vito?
Why?
Why are you?
Oh.
Why am I what?
Wait, let me get to the camera here. Where's the camera at?
It's right there.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Ask me.
Okay.
Make it an easy
That
one.
meeting was a ping pong, a mess.
Well, yeah, because there's not much we can change that has been already set up.
But that's what the
That's
CRC,
not true.
That's what the CRC was there for.
Right.
Mhm.
We're looking into everything that's in that charter for PUB. Okay. And it's not,
It's not a lot.
It's
But we're not getting nothing. Vito.
we're getting
the reason that the CRC was set up for
is
was to affect change. because
Reinitiate.
exactly to
Yes.
evolve it. to evolve it from when it was written to read in today's
But
times.
as of right now, we've got nothing.
Well, you're not going to have nothing until it's
No,
put
voted.
on the ballot to vote on. So right now we're going. That's why we're having our to meet with the public and see who shows up to say, hey, what do y'all think? This is where we're at right now. We have
And
we
that's
we
right.
it should it become an elected position?
No.
Okay. Should our district commissioners sit on the board? If whoever's
No.
elected for District 1 or for the districts, District 1, 2, 3, and 4, who's ever elected is automatically going to sit on our PUB board.
No.
Why is a no? Because it'll be conflict of interest.
It's just too much power.
Okay. But then the other is rewriting the way they're appointed and to remove them.
But
That's where we're at. You have three options.
But let me go real quick. First of all,
That's it, and that's what you want.
First of all-
We should be able to remove them.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
And that's where we're getting to.
okay, let me go.
But that's the thing. It's like
But-
if I'm a city commissioner, I appoint her and
Okay.
and it's a year into her term, and for some reason we get mad at each other. You know what? I'm gonna pop you out.
Okay, but
I don't
no,
need
no,
you.
no.
You can have 4 people in those 4 years.
Let me. No, what you need to do, the first thing you need to do is you need to change the charter that it can be removal for certain circumstances, and you
Correct.
need to do those circumstances for a majority vote.
Right.
Or a super whatever y'all are super
Majority.
vote, with the exception of the person that appointed them. That person should be relieved of the duty immediately.
Yeah, it's going to be conflict of interest.
Because it's going to be a conflict of interest.
Exactly.
Which is exactly what's happening with Sandra Sines right now. Nerdith Golansky should be excused from voting, and everybody should be voting her out right now because we have the opportunity to vote one person out, and she needs to go. So right now, the charter needs to be rewritten to where we can remove whoever we want, whenever we want, for whatever reasons you want to stipulate there.
Exactly.
If it's ethics or whatever, if you want to get the ethics commission involved, that's fine. And then whoever appointed them should be relieved of that duty because they've appointed them. It's an automatic conflict. That's the first thing y'all should be. That's why it was rekindled. The charter committee was rekindled specifically because of the Tanasca audit.
Exactly.
So that's what y'all should be working on. And then the other thing I heard was, should we be involved in some of the oversight of the CEO? Absolutely, yes. The public owns PUB. We own PUB. We should be able to, for the executive committee, the executive management of PUB, we should be able, who we vote as commissioners, the commissioners should have the oversight into that executive management. Not every single employee from, the ground workers and all
Exactly.
that, but the executive management, the top salaries, we should have a say so because this man gave himself a raise during Tanasca. So,
which that should go before our city,
right,
and it doesn't,
right, exactly,
because that's everyday business,
right,
supposedly.
right.
But
What I'm saying is
that's
they should have
another thing that we've discussed is anytime that there's going to be raises being done to the CEO positions, is it has to come before the city.
Okay.
But were you for that in that meeting?
Yeah.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, everything has to come before the city when there's major decisions to be made,
But not right now.
especially with monies.
But
Not right now, according to the charter, right?
No,
No,
Right.
not right now.
No,
Let's go back to the inception. And Susan mentioned we started the CRC committee. The reason that we have to go back into the reason why we started the CRC committee, why we rekindled it. It's always been there, I said.
Yeah,
But why rekindled it? It was rekindled because of the audit that came out and showed
exactly
that they had
Which
screwed us over.
there's
with our
nothing
money.
we can do about
Okay,
that.
that's fine. That's fine. But don't you think that it's stupid then to have individuals that are directly in a conflict of interest with the individuals that are already there to sit on the CRC committee?
Well,
yes.
that's where we have to. Okay, how is it a conflict? Oh, don't bust. Don't.
For your answer.
How is it a conflict? That's when, is there an investigation being done by PUB in order to find out what exactly is happening? Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know. So you can't just, that's like me saying, oh, you know what? You're taking money. Me sit here and say, well, you're taking money. So, but how is that proven? We don't know. Are you
what
taking money?
are you talking about?
So
Tomas Tejerina?
Tomás Tijerina,
Okay.
Gerardo Martinez, all these individuals have direct ties with our former mayor.
Well, I don't know about Gerardo because I don't know that one, but
Yeah.
the Tomas
No.
Tejerina definitely.
Oh yeah, we know
Definitely.
that.
So that I mean, I think
And-
that's the commission. That's really
when-
not Vito. That's
when-
the commission that
when-
did that.
When we
but-
when well, mira, what's going on there, Flaco?
you didn't call me Flaco when I came in.
You're beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
There's difference. They're not very pretty. So when we have our committee meeting with the public, these are the scenarios we have. What do y'all think? Because it'll come down to y'all saying, hey, well, you know what? We suggest this. Okay, we take it into consideration. Can we apply it to what we're doing? Possibly, yes.
Mhm. Well, I think
And that's why we're having the input of the public. But then if nobody shows up, like at first everybody's, we need this committee and it's open to the public when we meet. Nobody's there.
we'll be there. Can the charter the charter be rewritten? Well, actually, let me ask you this question.
Yes, it can.
Let me ask you this question. For the appointment of people on different boards and committees, and especially like this PUB board, is it in the charter on that, or is this something separate on the city? Is the charter involved in those appointments at all?
No.
Can it be written in the charter?
I believe we can. We'd have to visit. I'll find out for you.
Mm-hmm. Because I think there needs to be very strict stipulations and a very, not just, I want to serve on any board and, I don't have any conflicts or whatever it is. I really think that there should be some serious questions that would eliminate
that's
this
where we're
kind
getting
of conflict, because that's what keeps happening in this circle. It's the same people. You have one here and one here that comes out of nowhere, but mostly it's the same people. And this last appointment by Roy de los Santos was absolutely a conflict in the midst of a very serious public cry for justice.
Mhm.
We have the appointment of Tony Martinez's partner. I am shocked at that. Not shocked at Roy doing it. I'm just shocked that it happened. And I'm shocked that the commission voted for it. Every single one of them voted yes.
Mm-hmm.
Very upset at that. So I think that there needs to be a very strict application. And I don't know if the charter can work on that
and that's
after everything else.
And that's what we're working on too at PUB. Not just anyone can be on the PUB board.
Yeah.
Because there should be some kind of stipulation that it can't be a favor. Oh, because you helped me in my campaign, I'm going to put you on the PUB board.
Mhm.
It can't work that way.
Right.
But my question is, nothing to do with CRC, but how is it a plus for someone who helped on my campaign to be rewarded by being on the PUB board?
This happened before.
Yeah. But what's the reward?
I give up.
And this is where I think that there are no safeguards in regards to all the little perks and all the little extras. And it's mentioned in the audit in regards to greasing the wheels, putting money into politicians and the board members' pockets because they put the proverbial carrot on there.
Well, I mean, BISD is a good example.
Mm-hmm. BISD is exactly the same thing. So what's safeguard? Because part of the CRC, our hope is that they're going to implement something.
Well, I mean,
there's safeguards so this never happens again.
Exactly.
And then someone have the power to remove individuals who again put their hands in the cookie jar. Without that, the CRC is for nothing.
Yeah, I think it was mentioned that there was going to be some oversight and auditing.
Yes.
I think there needs to be reports that are.
How are we going to get oversight and auditing when you're putting individuals on boards and committees that are directly conflicted? It makes no sense.
And
because supposedly Commissioner de los Santos comes out and says, "Oh well, we're going to do what's best for the citizens of Brownsville. We're here fighting for you." And then he puts Tomas Tijerina on the board. It doesn't give me hope in regards to saying, "Well, we're going in the right direction." Because if anyone thought, if he thought that we were going to be appeased and going like, "Oh well, we're going in the right direction" by putting Tony Martinez's business partner on the CRC, didn't help. And look, at the end of the day, this is what really pissed me off, because you and I are friends. and I have other individuals on the CRC board that I think they're great folks. It really deteriorates from the confidence that the citizens of Brownsville have in regards to what's going to be transpire, what's going to come about the CRC, because we feel it's already been tainted.
Right. But if you have people that are going to do what's right, it's like for me, I did what was right when it came to term elections, and we're going to do what's right for the people once we come down to adaptations of what we can do.
We got two
Look,
people out there.
this is what we've got.
We got two people out there.
No, everyone's a good person on there. Everyone's there to do
everybody-
what's right.
Sandra Sines is a great woman. She's a great person. That's what I've told everybody who has called me to defend her. She may be a beautiful person on the inside and out. If I was in her position, Vito, I would be running and not looking back from that position.
But then that would make her look guilty.
Why? She has a conflict. She has a conflict. How can she be guilty? She has, you know what? I worked for Tony. I am a very good friend of Tony. I am a business partner of Tony's.
Supporter.
For me, I don't believe that I should be in any position that has to do with Tenasca right now, because he's been implicated. So I will remove myself from this, and I will return once the Tenasca. She doesn't have to remove herself from the board.
Yeah.
She didn't have to do that. The reason that we're crying for that right now is because she's fighting for that. Why are you fighting for it? Just remove yourself from that situation. I would do it because I would be like, shit, this is my way out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have to deal with it. Great. Perfect. You know, but she's not. So like back to what Erasmo says, what is the perks? This is an unpaid position.
What are the perks of being at BSD? And we found out.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's
unpaid
that's pretty
position.
scary. That's pretty scary. So what is it that is holding, that has you holding on to that position? Like, what is it?
Well,
like, that makes no sense to me.
That's a question for everybody.
And Tomas, the same thing. He could be a great attorney, a great person, a great guy. I've heard he is. But the point is that you have that conflict. And maybe before Tenasca came out, it wouldn't be such a big deal. But gosh darn it, that audit just laid it out. It was horrible. I think, and I went back and I looked at the amount of times that Tony Martinez was mentioned. It was 29 times, not one of them in a positive way, And here we go. And we appoint to the board that's going to be revising the charter for PUB, his business partner. That makes no sense to me. He could be very good for everything else, but for that, out of 200,000 people in Brownsville, some of who Roy interviewed that were excellent. Eder would have been excellent for that position. Carlo would have been excellent for that position. And they didn't have a one conflict. No one knew them. They knew nobody. They weren't related. They didn't work with anybody. It just makes no sense.
Yeah.
Why?
That's a good question. That's a question for Mr. De Los Santos.
And I don't think he's coming back, is he?
We said this?
Yeah.
He might not. Guys, well, thank you all for being on here. I actually got to go.
You got to take us to breakfast.
I got a damn wedding to do too.
No, you don't.
What?
I have a wedding. Look at the way I'm dressed.
Oh my
I thought you were going to prom again.
Right now?
Of course.
I would have postponed mine.
Guys, have a great day. Social distance face. Kerry has that. We'll continue the discussion tonight at 9 p.m.
Yes, we will.
You'll be on tonight at 9 p.m.?
Yeah, call me.
We'll
Send me the thing.
9 p.m.
Yeah, but wait, don't delete me. Then say, oh, he must be having internet problems and he deletes me.
Guys, tonight, 9 p.m. God bless.